Hello and welcome to your pick a card for the month of November. And as I tune into November, I hear that it's going to be completely bananas. This is why I've done 3 bananas. Pile 1 has a large banana, which can be opened up. Pile 2 has a little baby bunch bananas. And pile 3 has a banana card. And at the end of each reading, there's an extra element to each of those things. So I'm going to be doing some coffee readings just to get a bit of extra information as well. As I tune into November, the feeling I get, I see a bunch of weeds, toxic weeds, being pulled out by the roots. So I just wanted to mention that. So that's what I keep seeing, a toxic weed being pulled out by the roots. I don't know what it's in relation to in the world, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, so let's do your reading, pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. Thank you very much for being here. So welcome, this is my very first reading using a coffee cup. It's a bit of an experiment, so we're going to see what we get. I have poured the first cup and I'm just going to pour the coffee out and see what we get. This is the pile that had the big banana, and at the end I will reveal another little surprise. And so let's see what we have. I haven't done the card reading yet. The card reading will be coming after the symbol reading on the coffee cup. Okay, so let's turn it around and see what we get. I can kind of see 2 little eyes there, and looks a bit like a crocodile. And the crocodile is hitting a wall. So it looks like if you have someone that has the qualities of a crocodile with big gnarly teeth and is a bit aggressive or a bit of a killer instinct, it looks like they're going to be stopped because I can see a little wall there. So they can't go any further. I'll turn around. Can you guys see anything? Oh, okay, here. This is so interesting. I can kind of see 2 dinosaurs. Dinosaurs that had a big sort of scale going along the back, but it looks like it's meeting another one on that side. I know that's very abstract, but that's what I see. There's a meeting of 2 dinosaurs. And what pops into my mind here is that they are safe, they are friends, and they are connecting, and the dinosaurs represents going way, 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 way back in time. So that could actually be to do with an old soul that you have known since the beginning, like for eons and eons and eons, for past lives, going right back. And here there's a big crevice. So I know in my readings I've got a card where you jump from one side to the other. There's a big gap in between. So maybe there's a decision to be made whether you're going to stay on that side of the bank or jump over to the other side of the bank. Crocodiles are also to do with stealth and strategy, waiting for the right time. They're to do with protection, and they are to do with transformation and rebirth. Okay, so now I'm going to have a look and see what the cards say. Okay, so 3 cards for pile 1, energies for the month of November. Oh, love. Straight out, love. Oh my God. Leap of faith. That is the card I was talking about in the coffee reading, where you go from one side and there's a big gap in between, jumping over to the other side. Wow. Okay. We are in the zone. Buckle up. Oh, okay. You're about to have forward movement on something or the ride of your life. And put on your safety belt. It's saying. Okay, and the outcome energy for November. When I look at this card, intergalactic I feel like you're going to knock it out of the park. Whatever you're doing this month, you're going to absolutely knock it out of the park. And again, intergalactic, it's miles and miles away from whatever you're trying to distance yourself from. So that's the energy I'm getting. You're trying to distance yourself, and it looks like you will definitely do that, or the energy is there for you this month. If you'd like to read them in a different way, please do. And only take what resonates. But that's what I'm seeing, and I think it's to do with someone that you have loved, someone that you have maybe loved in the past, and you're actually thinking of creating some kind of distance because you've got the leap of faith there. And once you do that, it could be that they aren't actually expecting it, but it could also be that you've been thinking about it for a long time, because once it happens, so you possibly have a moment of stillness at the moment, but once it happens, there's going to be a whole lot of forward movement. I feel like the Buckle Up card needs a little bit more information, so I'm going to read you some of the keywords from the book. I hope you can read that. Can you read that? So we've got countdown, acceleration, buckle up, excitement, thrill of the ride, fun, joy, and adventure. So you're off on a new adventure, and you may not even know where you're going yet, but you're on your way, and all you know is that you're just going to keep on moving forward. And you're going, I think, into very new territory, because this is an alien from outer space. And he set the dial, and he's going to space to see what he can or she can discover. So sometimes this card is heading towards Earth, but in this situation, I feel like you're heading away and going into brand new land. There's an expansion, and it's something that you're really looking forward to exploring. And I think it's going to be really magical. So yeah, that's the energy for you for November. And now for the extra element, which I mentioned at the beginning with the bananas. And I don't know why it had to be bananas this month, but I'm keeping with the yellow theme. That is why. All right, so here is the banana, and I just had a thought. The banana this is actually to protect bananas when you take it to school. So it's a case to protect them. I've got coffee all over it, but anyway. It's to stop them from being bruised. And there's an extra little surprise inside. It is a man holding a bunch of bananas. And a bottle of champagne. So how is that relevant to you? It looks to me this is to do with a love interest, or maybe a man in your life. And there is a celebration. If it is that you are creating distance that is much needed to happen, that is a celebration. But it could be you read this entirely different, and the only reason I'm reading it like this is because of the crocodile at the beginning. So another way you could read it is that you let your guard down and you let love into your life, and you go on a new adventure with this man that's holding those bananas. And thank you very much. I think that is the end of the reading. Yeah, that is the end of the reading. So thank you very much, and all the best for November. It looks actually like a bit of a thrill this month. Whatever you're going to do, you're going to feel really alive. And yeah, it's quite thrilling because it's going to take you to somewhere completely new and out of this world. So thank you very much, and see you next month. Welcome, pile 2. This is my first reading using a coffee cup for the pile 2 pile, and I'm just going to roll the coffee around a bit. I've just poured it so it's nice and fresh. And I'm just going to pour it into a cup and see what coffee grounds we get left. Okay. Now I haven't looked at it yet, so we can look at this together. And if you see any symbols yourself, yeah, let me know in the comments because I'm learning how to do this. And I just thought it'd be fun actually. Right, so let's see what we've got. I feel like I can see trees on the landscape. It feels very soft and very gentle, somewhere really quiet. I know that's very abstract, but that's what I see. Just the silhouette of trees on a beautiful landscape. Can you guys see anything? Down here, I can see a lion. It looks a little bit like the Sphinx. It's just got its paws sitting in front of it. And it's just sitting there quietly. It's resting. That's interesting because as I'm turning the cup around, I can see that there's a little bit of coffee moving very slowly, like an inchworm, little bit by little bit. And that is the feeling that I get from this coffee cup reading. There's going to be quite serene. I get a very serene feel about this month for you. One maybe to contemplate, to rest, just to stay grounded, and just do things a little bit by little bit. So that's what I see for you in the coffee reading pile 2. And let's see what your cards say now. Just to remind you that the pile 2 was actually the pile with the small bunch of bananas. So I think it's interesting that that also showed up in the coffee reading. Just doing things little bit by little bit. Pile 2 for the month of November. Oh, that one's sort of jumping out. Creep. Actually, creep, I'm not taking it as in the narcissist this time. Creep is little bit by little bit. You're creeping forward little bit by little bit because that's what the coffee readings seem to indicate. Energy for pile 2 for this month's wake up call. Golden ticket. I love it when the golden ticket turns up. Outcome energy for November. Loss. But if you're feeling a little bit vulnerable for any reason this month, it's saying just take it in baby steps. Yeah, I think the wake-up call is a bit of a change in situation or something unexpected happening. But you also have the golden ticket. And I think in this case it represents a miracle. And oh my gosh, I'm not kidding. There was a black and white butterfly just flew past my window. Mainly white with little black tips. So black and white butterfly just flew past. So maybe that's a message for somebody out there. So golden ticket is miracles. So somewhere amongst all of what's been going on for you, there is a miracle. And I'm going to read you what it says. Opportunity. You can read that. Opportunity, magic, doors opening, infinity, miracles, stars aligning and manifestation. Something magical is waiting for you because it actually says it on the card. You got handed a ticket by a cruel twist of fate. A mystery tour full of magic awaits. So you don't know what it is. There's something magical in your future that you don't know what it is yet. I feel like I'm meant to be using this card deck. This is one by Lorraine Anderson. And I'll just see if there's a little message in there that might be good for you now. Okay, so just a little card message for pile 2. This one here's popping out. So your advice for the month is enjoy a cuteness overload. Go ahead, scroll through the doggy photos. So the little banana at the beginning of the reading comes from a crate of food, carrots, avocado, like a farmer's crate of food. And the card inside it is restaurant. So I think if someone says to you, hey, why didn't I take you out to dinner? I think you should go. Or maybe treat yourself to dinner. I think that's what this card is saying. So take care, pile 2. See you next month. Thank you. Hello and welcome, pile 3. So I've just poured you a cup of coffee and we're just going to pour out the liquid and see what is left, and hopefully we can find a little symbol which will represent the theme for you in the month of November. I had to go wash my hands because I got coffee all over my hands as I did that. So already the reading is saying that maybe this is a month where you wash your hands of something that you don't want in your life anymore, or you get stuck into something like gardening when you get your hands dirty. But either way, already it's saying to me there's some kind of action. The energy for action is this month. And it might be a little bit messy, whatever it's going to be, but in a good way. All right, so let's turn the cup around and see what we get. And kind of just see, it reminds me of a 5-pointed star. I see a 5-pointed star and a little peak there. So as I say that, I'm thinking top of your game. You're going to be top of your game. And you've got 3 little droplets there, so perhaps you're working with other people and you achieve your goals. It's the top of the hill, top of the game, reaching the peak. See what else I can see. The cup's quite clean, and one half of the cup and the other half is kind of messy, which makes me think there's a period where it doesn't look like there's a whole lot happening, then all of a sudden, bam, lots of movement. So let's see what your cards say. And even the saucer, I mean, what a mess. So, okay, we'll see what your cards say. So just reminding you that you are the 3rd pile with the banana that is on a card. So at the end of your reading, I will have a little extra element to this. Okay, so the energy for November for pile 3. I think that one there, baggage. Energy for November for pile 3. Stargazing. This one here. Flashlight. And outcome, sunlight. Let's move those up a little bit. Okay, so you've got baggage, stargazing, flashlight and sunlight. So as I look at flashlight, it reminds me of when you go under the house where there's lots of things that have been stored there for years and years, or on the attic. It's all dark, no one's been in there for years and years, and you have to get out the flashlight and you get stuck in and you clean out all those cobwebs. So that's the baggage, like you're doing a big spring clean. So there may be something in your life that you are doing that, either real life with real objects, or it could be to do with people in your life, or old emotions or old patterns. I'd be interested to know how these cards speak to you. That's the way that I filter them, but they can have multiple meanings. But it does look like whatever you do, you are absolutely going to get stuck in, and you're going to get a lot achieved. And I say that because you have stargazing, you have a goal. You're dreaming about having your life in a different way, and you're deciding this month to do it, get stuck in, And before you know it, you will have actually achieved it because you've got sunlight as your outcome, and that's a success card. Stargazing, I think, is the goal that you have for this month. So you're very action filled and very motivated this month, and you're going to achieve quite a lot. Perhaps you're going to be getting ready for the end of the year, for the holidays, or maybe you're buying a new house or thinking about a new house or making space for something brand new. It could be a person, it could be a job, it could just be old patterns that you don't want with you anymore, and it's time for those to go. I think we're in a time of extreme change, and a lot of these old karmic patterns that we have had over lifetimes and lifetimes are just sort of falling to the wayside. And you almost get to a point and you're like, I just don't want this anymore. I don't want to think like that anymore. I'm not going to be like that anymore. And you make a conscious change to be something better and healthier, and that is what I see this month. Gee, it's all happening today, but I can see an aeroplane outside the window. The previous reading I saw a butterfly, so this reading we've seen an aeroplane. So maybe that's relevant to you in some way. Okay, thank you. I'm going to read you a little bit about sunlight. So sunlight is about happiness, warmth. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, sunshine, joy, the colour yellow, bees, vitality, truth, and regeneration. And yeah, out with the old, in with the new. So I'm just going to show you now a little bit about that banana card that you chose for your pile. They actually come from language learning set of cards for Italian. So I'm actually going to shuffle those cards to see if we can get another card that might give you more information for your month ahead. So I'm thinking the fifth card underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have door. We have a door. So how would we read door? Well, I think once you've cleaned out all this junk, and wherever you choose to do it, there's going to be a new door waiting to be opened. It's like when you clear a space so you can make space for something new to come in. You have to clear out all that old stuff first, and there's someone waiting or something waiting behind that door that will come in once you create the space for it. So that's how I see that. Yeah, it's going to be a very productive month ahead for you. So thank you very much, Pile 3. Have a great November, and we'll see you next month.